two-wheel drive or four-wheel drive? That is the question. Let's talk about it. Hi, this is Joe from Way Scarff Ford, and today we're talking about this 2022 Ford F-150 Lariat two-wheel drive. Let's dive in. So why would you want two-wheel drive? Why would you want four-wheel drive? That's a good question. This particular F-150 is a two-wheel drive, and it's not from Southern California. It actually was from Oregon, right here in the Pacific Northwest. So obviously someone saw the value in a two-wheel drive pickup over a four-wheel drive pickup. Okay, so let's talk about this. Obviously four-wheel drive is pretty popular in pickup trucks here in Western Washington. The majority of the F-150s that you find on the used market and the new market are going to be four-wheel drive. But you might also know, here in the Pacific Northwest, the greater Puget Sound area, Seattle, Tacoma, we don't get much snow. I haven't really seen any meaningful snowfall in the last 2 years. Do you go off-road? So, these are the questions. Do you really need four-wheel drive? This has a great traction stability control system. You can throw some weight in the bed, put on some, tire chains, and this can easily handle, light snowfall that we get around here. Obviously, if you're going to drive over the winter passes, if you want to do off-roading, then maybe you do want to get four-wheel drive. But a two-wheel drive, right now in the used market, a two-wheel drive versus a four-wheel drive F-150 like this is probably going to be about $3,000 to $5,000 cheaper. That's pretty significant. $3,000 to $5,000 cheaper could mean $100 a month less in a car payment. You're also going to get better gas mileage with two-wheel drive, 1 to 2 miles per gallon better than the comparable four-wheel drive. Then service. When you have a four-wheel drive system, it's going to require service. So that's additional service expenses that you're going to have to incur having to service that four-wheel drive system. I've lived in Washington for 20 years. I've had 2 pickup trucks, rear-wheel drive. I have a transit van I've had for about 7 years, and that's two-wheel drive. And I drive in light snow, no issue at all. Obviously, I'm not going to go off-roading or going over snowy mountain passes. But even something like this will be fine, driving on, 4 service roads, dirt and gravel roads without four-wheel drive. You're not going to do technical stuff, but that's going to be a cinch for a vehicle like this. So that's my little spiel. So obviously this is great for some people, other people not so great. So, that's the decision. But I laid out the groundwork of, the benefits, the pros and cons of two-wheel drive versus four-wheel drive. And I think for a lot of people, this will work perfectly fine. So we have a copy of the original build sheet. The Lariat's kind of like the Goldilocks. It's not the most loaded version of the F-150. It's the most basic, like the XL. Right there in the middle, just right. The original MSRP in this one was close to $70,000. Very well equipped. We have the 3.5 liter EcoBoost V6. Aside from the F-150 Raptor or the Raptor R, the regular F-150 with that 3.5 liter V6, that's the most desirable, most powerful engine, pumping out 400 horsepower. Also pretty fuel efficient. You'll average right around 20 miles per gallon, up to 24 miles per gallon on the highway. You get a couple miles per gallon better with two-wheel drive. Then we have the Ford Co-Pilot 360 Active 2.0 with Blue Cruise. Very nice, $2,000. We got the Pro Power on board 2 kilowatt. Basically, it's like having a generator, and you can use a truck as a generator. That was $995. Interior work surface, $195. We got the trailer tow package with the EcoBoost V6. The towing rating on this thing when properly equipped is pretty impressive on the F-150, close to 14,000 pounds when properly equipped with the EcoBoost V6. Not too shabby. Obviously, we'll have to get into the weeds a little bit, look at the axle ratio, two-wheel drive versus four-wheel drive to know the exact tow rating, but it should be well over 10,000 pounds even with this one. Then we have the Bang & Olufsen Unleashed sound system, 18 speakers, $695. Partitioned lockable storage, $215. 20-inch chrome wheels, $1,495. Bed utility package, $995. Power tailgate step, LED box lighting, 360-degree camera package, $765. Lariat chrome appearance package. This thing is very, very nicely equipped. And of course, we have a copy of this original build sheet for you to view yourself. Beautiful upscale interior with the Lariat trim package. I love the two-tone design in the seats. They're perforated. We have synthetic leathering stitching and wood trim on the doors. Nice contrast stitching on the dashboard. We have a 10-speed automatic transmission. We got heated steering wheel, heated and ventilated front seats, integrated brake controller. We have a drive mode selector. It will change the behavior of the vehicle. Okay, I know we need gas. So you got normal, slippery, Trail, yeah, see, even this one's somewhat capable of going on trails. Tow haul, eco, and sport. Very nice. Huge screen for the infotainment system, and also notice we have a completely digital gauge cluster as well, which is nice. That's a recent update on the F-150. Huge infotainment screen with amazing Sync 4. I'm pretty sure it's got Sync 4 infotainment system. So you got those nice maps, obviously navigation. Huge cameras as well. You have a backup camera, 360 overhead camera for a composite view around the vehicle. Very, very nice, very, very helpful. Nice leather up steering wheel that's power adjustable, tilts and telescopes. This one has 26,140 miles, actually below average miles for F-150s. A lot of the F-150s right now on the used market are over 30,000 miles. Power adjustable pedals, nice for people shorter in stature. This thing looks beautiful in black. We have the nice chrome accents, running boards, those upgraded chrome wheels, more bling on the front end, lots of bright chrome on the front end. Projector headlights look fantastic. Handsome truck. There's a good reason why the F-150 is the best-selling pickup truck in the United States for decades and decades. Not only the best-selling pickup truck, but best-selling vehicle in the US market. Nice clean engine compartment. There's that fantastic 400 horsepower, 3.5 liter twin turbo EcoBoost V6. That is the top engine on the F-150. Being a 4-door, that also doubles as a great family vehicle. Nice spacious rear seat accommodations, almost limo-like rear legroom. We got heated rear seats as well. You can also flip up the seats here for more interior storage. So there's that optional lockable storage. And the nice thing is, if there's stuff that you don't want to expose to the elements in the bed or for theft, you have almost like the same amount of cargo space as the rear cargo area of an Expedition with these seats folded up. Very nice. This one has a shorter bed, the 5.5 foot bed. If you're not a hardcore pickup truck user, if you're not going to use the bed all the time, if you're not in the trades and you're going to constantly carry dimensional lumber, it's nice having this shorter bed. Makes it a big vehicle like this easier to park and maneuver in a city environment. When you have a 6.5 or even an 8 foot bed, you know, like in a 3/4 ton version of this pickup truck with the 4 doors, it can be pretty hard to get in and out of parking spaces. So if you want to daily drive this thing and you can swing this shorter bed, I highly recommend it. It'll just make your life so much easier parking and maneuvering. We got the onboard power right there, which is fantastic. Basically turns the truck into a generator. Great for the job site. Then we have the integrated step. Noisy all the time with these airplanes, not easy. We have the integrated step into the bed, which is really nice. It's kind of high up, so if you need to carry stuff in and out of the bed, especially if you're shorter in stature, you don't move around as easier as a youngster. Believe me, I'm not a youngster either. It's nice having this integrated step. It just makes it a lot easier getting in and out of the bed. So much easier for putting stuff in and out of the bed, and it deploys and stows very easily in a matter of seconds. Well, there you go, a beautiful example of a 2022 Lariat 2-wheel drive, 5.5 foot bed, 400 horsepower EcoBoost V6, one awesome pickup truck. Thanks so much for watching. Have a great day and hope to see you again.